The oxygen revolution is on. Welcome to the Vibrant You Show, where we discuss the advantages of cutting-edge therapies like hyperbaric oxygen therapy, light therapy, microcirculation, and more. Inside the chamber, it's a nap with benefits. Now, your host for the Vibrant You Show, the Oxygen and Light Lady, Stephanie Parrish.
Good morning, everybody. It's so great to see you. We are working through this wonderful technology. We are so grateful for Sean Danovan to be in the A podcast studio over at Dixie State. And we're just trying to work through fun little tweaks in the computer stuff. But we're really happy to be here. I've got a special guest with me, Mr. Joe Newman from the Life Launch Centers. We are super excited to have him on the show with us today. We've got lots and lots and lots to talk about. With all the things going on in the world, we've really been concerned about mental health. And that is one of the things that we brought Joe on. He's a specialist, and we really want to talk about that. Before we get that done, though, first, I want to remind everybody to think about your gratitude. What are you grateful for? And as we get started, I'd like you to grab your pen and paper and start writing down the 5 things that you're grateful for. I think with all of the stuff going on right now, it's hard to even stop and say, it is sunshiny and beautiful outside. To be able to walk out our doors and see and smell the beautiful air. Just be grateful for specific things. And I know that's hard sometimes when we feel like everything around us is just collapsing, but we here in Southern Utah are so blessed. We've had, I personally have had some things going on this weekend that have been a little bit rough. I had a friend lose a child that drowned this weekend, and another friend that passed away of cancer, and another friend that's father's on oxygen and on a ventilator with the COVID in a different state. And just lots of things are happening besides what's just going around with this COVID virus. But a few of the things I've been very grateful for, and one of those things is that our clinic is still open. And we have been very blessed. We're being very careful. We're only taking limited amount of people to come into the clinic right now, new people. But we are also being very blessed because our clients are still able to come in. We are dealing with 3 different cancers right now, and we are seeing great things happening because their immune systems are getting strong, and they are building up their defenses against this horrible cancer that's out there, and we're seeing their numbers are dropping. They're able to breathe. We're seeing the tumors are shrinking. This is the stuff that we're seeing. We also have a gentleman in here that's been told he's going to lose his toes to amputation. He was just told Friday he's not going to lose those toes, to keep doing what he's doing. And that's coming into the clinic every single day and getting oxygen and microcirculation and light into his system. We are so blessed to still be open. We've got a friend of mine that's been coming in, actually a relative of mine that's been coming in with ruptured discs in her neck and her upper back. She's had a pain level between an 8 and a 9 every day. They want to do surgery on her. She's refused. She's like, I'm going to go do the hyperbaric first and the microcirculation first and see what that can do for my body. She's now down to a pain level about a 3 to 4. Which anybody that's been in pain knows how huge that is to go from a 3 to a 4, from an 8 to a 9 every day, all day long. So we are feeling extremely blessed. We have a great staff. Everybody's doing everything they can to stay healthy and strong and follow all the rules. Do everything we need to do here to keep our clinic safe and clean. We've got a purifier in here to keep the air purified, besides the masks and the gloves and all the stuff that we're doing. And we are still taking clients, but we're being very careful who is being allowed to come into the clinic. And what we're really pushing is anybody that just really feels like they need to strengthen their immune system. So Joe's been in the chamber. He knows what this is like here and in the microcirculation, in the Avicen machine. And basically, it's one of the best things you can do to build your microcirculation, to build your immune system. Get the blood full of oxygen and get the oxygen moving in the body, and that's what we get to do. So we are doing a limited of new clients coming in. But if you do want to call to the clinic, take out your paper and pencil because I want to give you the number. And you need to call first. We are doing a COVID screening as well as a screening with our doctor to make sure that you're eligible to do hyperbaric with us so that we can help you. So you will use the code IMMUNE. IMMUNE is the code that you're going to use. And the phone number is 435-218-7260. 435-218-7260. You do need to call first. We are not taking walk-ins right now, so everybody needs to call ahead. Or you can look us up on the website at vibrantuutah.com. Okay, VibrantU, that's Y-O-U, vibrantuutah.com. Now, I want to get to our special guest because he is an amazing person in and of itself, besides what he does. And we've been talking a lot amongst ourselves and different people that we've been dealing with and just different things. And a lot of this is mental health. We've been talking about the stress that people are under right now, isn't it? It's just beyond anything that we know. It's a different kind of stress than people have been dealing with, don't you think?
Absolutely. It's thanks for having me on, Stephanie. This is a great opportunity.
Why don't you give your name of your company and how to get hold of you, Joe, right now while people have got their papers and pencils out?
Sure.
Because you're going to want to contact him.
So my name is Joe Newman, and I work with Life Launch Centers. And we work with adolescents and young adults, ages 11 to around 26 years old, who deal with anxiety and depression. And it's an intensive outpatient program, which means like a lot of people go to counts 9 hours of face-to-face a week, and it's a much higher level curriculum-based learning, not so much just talking about your problems with someone, but more having those opportunities to share, and then also have opportunities to learn and put into practice specific coping mechanisms and healthy practices. So
how's that working right now, Joe? Because I know you do group therapy.
Yeah. The power is when you get people together,
right,
and they have the opportunity to connect and realize that they're not alone in their struggles. And so it has been a challenge, but thank heavens that we do have similar kind of technology here, like video conferencing, where essentially we'll put a group together through a Zoom meeting, and they'll be able to realize there's other people in the same situation, even though they may be in their home down the street or whatever, quarantined as well. But realize that as they hear others express their anxieties, their depression, their intense emotions, that they're not alone. And I think that's one of the major things that you're talking about contributing to the stress today, is that all of this isolation is going to make us feel like we're alone in our struggles, alone in our fears, alone in even just in the world. But the more that we can do to connect, whether it's electronically or with the loved ones within our four walls of our own home, and learn and realize that we're not alone in these struggles or these anxieties. That's how we process those emotions. We've got to be able to let those hard emotions come, and we've got to be able to let those hard emotions go. You're not just attached to them and then wallow in the fear and the anxiety of it.
And we were talking a little bit earlier about how this is kind of a turning point for a lot of people, isn't it, right now? We're really, I feel, in a huge shift, a paradigm shift here, what's going on, because parents are home with their kids and kids are home with their parents. And what an opportunity to listen.
Yeah. Right?
We were talking a little bit about the crazy worlds we've all lived in to this point.
Yeah. It's been so high-paced, fast-paced living where, as this whole thing started, I thought, this isn't really that much different from summer vacation, right? Isn't it like we're just all out of school? No, actually, like my wife and I definitely feel that it is not the same, and primarily in that we have to now manage our kids' schoolwork at home, right? And my wife and I have 7 kids, 5 students, and we have one computer. We've had to pull out the iPad and another tablet for them to do their individual work, and now our living room looks like a internet cafe.
That's a good way to put it.
Everybody's on their tablet or device, and our goal and responsibility is to make sure that they're on task, not just like perusing YouTube videos or endlessly chatting with their friends.
Exactly.
But actually staying on task,
work.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
So put that on top of our 2 little ones who are not in school, who require full-time attention and care. Otherwise, they're going to make a mess of the house or whatever.
Yeah.
So anxieties are I think higher than what you would expect during summer vacation.
Oh, totally. Kids, like you said, kids didn't have to do homework really during summer vacation. And it's really important. We were talking about this, just the family time and the listening time.
Yeah.
I think it's so important because all of us are so busy normally. And now we have time. I was just talking to my sister, and her son is a senior.
Oh,
and we were talking about how these seniors are just feeling ripped off.
Absolutely.
And they are.
And rightfully so.
They should be feeling that way because they don't get to do the senior proms. They don't get to do the senior trips. They don't get to do all this stuff.
What about the track star? That is now their senior year, and all of a sudden that entire year got ripped away from them.
And not even everything that everybody's worked for their whole lives, especially these kids, to accomplish their senior year, and now their senior year is gone. So talk about that a little bit, and maybe what we can do at home to help these kids, and maybe what we need to be paying attention to see if they need a little bit more help than what we can offer at home.
Well, first off, when there's a major crisis or something, maybe it's my personality or whatever, but I see opportunity, honestly. Like, think about how fast-paced life has been with crazy. All of the sports and activities and events going on, and you got school, and you got church, and you got all these things that have just pulled the family and their time away from each other.
Right.
And honestly, this last couple of weeks has been hard in some ways, but I have really enjoyed the opportunities to not have anywhere else people are expected to be in the evenings.
It's true.
Like even church activities are canceled, so we have more time with our youth, and that's really scary for a lot of people.
It's really scary for a lot of people.
We use that time to do the things that we've always talked about wanting to do and then never do, like home projects, for example. Everybody's got home projects, whether it's repainting or whatever.
Right.
And a lot of the time I end up doing those home projects by myself because my son has to go to work or my daughter's going to choir or, whatever.
Yeah.
But now it's like, hey, now we actually get to go pick up that paintbrush and work together.
Absolutely.
And those kind of opportunities do wonders for our mental health because we're interacting with each other, we're connecting, we're unified in a common goal, and we work together to overcome that project or to complete it. So, that's one major thing. Family dinner. That's like been a thing of the past,
wasn't it?
So in an article I recently wrote, it's like since 1939 when the first football game was televised. We've had this little glowing box in the side of the living room that's been drawing our attention away from each other in the dining room. It's been this battle for decades. But now, I don't know if any of you have turned on SportsCenter or like seen the sports
you get to
reports.
Watch the game from 70s.
It's hilarious. All it is just highlights. And that can be fun to watch. And I get it. Like you want to tune in and see some of that every now and then. But it's not the same where we now have this opportunity to re-engage in family dinner.
Yeah.
And And that's a huge blessing for us. Our kids love the opportunity to get together and hear about their day. And you'd think, well, they don't have a lot to talk about. They've been sitting at home, doing online school all day. No, they have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, they do.
And they look forward to the opportunity to get to share. But it didn't come like real naturally. Like it didn't come like the first time. The first time you do this, if you start doing family dinner and you haven't been doing it for a long time,
it's gonna be awkward.
Don't expect your kids to just be like, oh, let me tell you all about my day, right? They're gonna see if you really want to know.
Are you listening, Dad?
Yeah.
Seriously?
But especially where you like take turns with the kids.
Yeah.
And then they'll look forward to when it's their turn.
And they'll know that they get that opportunity, right? Yeah. And I love that you just said that. I think that's so fantastic because we used to do Sunday dinners all the time when my kids were young.
Yeah.
But then life happens.
Yep.
And when they start going and you start going as a parent, you're running, I've got 6 kids and running every different direction that there was and just going, oh my goodness, and not even having my kids are like, you didn't get time to teach us to cook, and like, we lived on swans. It was like, you always had a good meal, but it wasn't sit home and prep,
Right.
When you've got all these kids and you're trying to make sure that everybody's got, semi-quality time and I remember one Saturday I had 6 ball games, all within 45 minutes of each other on 3 different fields.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, how am I going to do this? This is when you call on the other parents, like you pick up, I'll drop off, you take here, I'll take here. You watch that game for 15 minutes, I'll go catch that game for 15, and trying to make sure that we've got all the kids covered so that they feel like they've got, parents there.
Divide and conquer.
That's exactly right.
That's been the mantra for a lot of families, divide and conquer. And this is such a beautiful opportunity where it's now unite and conquer. Unite and
conquer. I love that.
Right?
That needs to be on a bumper sticker. Unite and conquer. Let's do it. Let's do it, Joe. I think that's so beautiful. So, there's a few things that we in our businesses, what I get to do right now, like I said, we're running a special right now. So when you call in, if you say the word immune, we are running a special right now, and we have got 3 hyperbaric sessions with the Avicen microcirculation, which are both of them, which is amazing that we're doing right now, for only $249. And we're doing this for a couple different reasons. One, we really, really need to help boost the immune system. And there's really not a whole lot of other things that are as good as oxygen, light, and microcirculation. When you get that oxygen in there and you get it microcirculated to the very tiny little capillaries in there, viruses and bacteria do not like it. They don't like to live there. So if we can get that body really built up with immune system, get your immune system built up. And we love what we get to do here. And like I say, we're taking only a few people right now. You've got to be able to qualify to come in right now. But this is our goal, is to help build the immune system. And then I know with you, Joe, you guys are doing such great things. And, we've just been talking about not only kids, but adults and everybody else that are going through this weird, all of us are just really struggling mentally somehow right now.
Yeah.
And we need to be taught, we need to know it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's in the same boat. And that's, I think, what's so unusual about right now. Everybody's in the same boat.
Everybody's in the same boat.
And so everybody can kind of understand just a little bit if you'll take time to just listen.
And they're looking for the emotional tools. Like, we're not just fluffing, saying, oh, you got to take care of yourself, your mental health or whatever. There's actual physical things you can do to lower your heart rate and to lower your blood pressure, to regulate your breathing. A lot of people, especially right now, they're having panic attacks.
Yes.
Because they're uncertain about their future, their job, the economy, their health and well-being. I love how you're talking about how the immune system really affects your mental health, and mental health affects your immune system.
Absolutely.
They're in harmony.
They are in harmony. Your whole body's made up of energies, right?
Yeah.
And if something's off, it's going to throw everything off.
And we've had a lot of parents call and talk to us and say, oh, my kids are having anxiety. And one of our first questions to them is, how are you doing? How is your anxiety?
Exactly.
How are you dealing with depression and these hard emotions? And almost like 90% of the time, almost all the time, they'll say, yeah, I'm really struggling. And so this is a full family approach. This is a full family solution. Like these principles, as they're taught in the home, with the parents as kind of like the mental health leader or the guide in their home. It helps establish a common language and some accountability to each other, that they use strategies and help overcome. So I got to tell about, for this whole COVID-19 scenario, we've had a video training series that we've offered in the middle schools and high schools here in Washington County that's been teaching youth these distress tolerance tools, these different emotional tools. But now that they're isolated at home, we felt like we need to make this available at home.
Right.
And so we've been running a special. It's been on KSL. It's been on ABC4, where for 30 days, families can sign up for this video training series at home. So parents can learn these principles and bring it into the home, teach their kids, learn how to cope with stressful and high emotion in healthy ways.
Brilliant. Can you tell them where they can find that, Joe?
Yeah, it's lifelaunchuniversity.org.
So get your paper out so you can write this down.
And there's a big button there that says COVID-19, and there's a free, 30-day trial. And I got to say, it's awesome. I felt, as we were producing that, it was truly inspired. Like the way that it came together. And this sounds weird, but I use it personally in our home. And it's weird because I'm the guy on screen that presents the training. And so there's my kids like watching this program of their dad. But with all of our kids, even from the youngest to the oldest, they want to engage. They want to talk about their hard feelings.
Yeah.
And as we share as a family, it just sets the tone for the day. We usually do that right before we start our schoolwork, and it helps them realize that hard emotions are going to be part of the day, and that's okay.
Yeah,
because we're going to.
And that's not just for this COVID thing, right? That's for everything. And we were talking earlier about how we feel like this is just one of those shots across the bow thing where we are being prepared for whatever else can come. And if nothing else, just take time and slow down your world and listen to your children and listen to yourself.
Yeah.
We have been on, as parents and adults, we have been on fast forward for so long that we don't know how to just stop. In fact, I felt myself with a little bit of anxiety this weekend, just going, oh my gosh, I'm just sitting here.
Yeah.
I was like, and that's okay. I had to really talk myself in to the fact that that's okay.
Yeah.
Put on some meditation music and just sit.
We talk to our kids about when you're feeling bored and you're not sure what to do, go outside and watch the clouds.
Oh, beautiful.
Like that used to be a thing kids did. Like you just daydream and you'd look forward to just like making shapes out of the clouds in the sky.
Yeah.
But our fast-paced lives have kind of eliminated that kind of introspection and creativity and imagination. It's really helpful.
It's so true. I just love that. It's beautiful. And we were talking a little bit earlier also about being able to have these group chats. I grew up in Pocatello on Parish Lane with all my family. All my cousins lived in the same houses around next to us, and all of us little girls. There was no boys for a long time, so it was all of us little girls, and we would spend hours and hours and hours just playing together. Our parents didn't even come check on us because they knew we were safe. And last week, my sister, who's a professor at Dixie State, she put together a whole screen time with a bunch of my cousins. There's about 14 of us, and we just sat and recorded and talked about our childhood.
That's awesome.
Growing up and how magical it was, and how we always had root beer floats and on Saturday nights, and just the watermelon and just all the fun things that we used to do as kids. And it was just such a beautiful time that all my cousins from all over the place took time to get on there and just talk. It was so great.
And that is so healthy for our mental health, because that human-to-human connection, where even if right now we have to do it through a screen, it's better than the isolation, right? We got to be really careful about isolating. Yeah. Isolating is like endlessly scrolling through your Facebook or your Instagram and not actually talking to somebody.
Exactly. So let's get out there and communicate. So we've only got a few seconds left. Tell them again how to get hold of you, Joe.
So go to lifelaunchuniversity.org for that free 30-day trial. If you're looking for the intensive outpatient program, that's lifelaunchcenters.com.
Awesome. And again, we're running a special at vibrantuutah.com, 435-218-7260. Come on in, get your immune boosted. We've got 3 hyperbaric sessions with microcirculation for only $249. This is awesome. Again, thank you, Sean, for being in the studio and helping us out here. You guys have a fabulous week and go out and do something wonderful. Stephanie with Vibrant.
This has been the Vibrant You Show with the Oxygen and Light Lady, Stephanie Parrish. For more information about hyperbaric oxygen therapy, PPMT light therapy, Avicen microcirculation, neurofeedback, and other modalities, go to vibrantuutah.com. Until next time, this has been the Vibrant You Show with the Oxygen and Light Lady, Stephanie Parrish. And remember, the oxygen revolution is on.